Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the FIFA Flow podcast, guys. Today we got a long episode, not a long episode, but it's been a long time since we had an episode, and today we are finally back for Champions League predictions, guys. We're going to be talking about the first round of the Champions League round of 16, guys, and going over the teams, their forms, the current forms of the teams, and then who I think are going to win, and some score predictions as well. And then, like usual, ended off with a footy tic-tac-toe, guys. It's been a long time since we had an episode, almost 2 months now. Since the last episode, take a look here. Since the last episode, can we even load up our? Let's go. We love a lagging PC, but yeah. Since the last episode, guys, in 2 months, since then I had 3 weeks off for the holidays. When I came back, I was sick for 1 week, and since I was sick, I missed 1 week of class, so I had to catch up for 1 week. And then after catching up for 1 week, I had to study for 1 week, because the 2 weeks after studying, I had exams and midterms and stuff. So it's been a very busy 2 months, guys, but we are back with the podcast, guys. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's start off with the Champions League, guys. Yeah, round of 16 tomorrow and Wednesday. Finally, the Champions League is back and running, guys. We're going to be making our predictions, of course, with the FIFA Flow notes here we have on the side. But yeah, we made our notes 2 months ago about our predictions, and most likely it's gonna stay like that. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. Of course, Copenhagen and Man City, both two strong teams. Of course, Copenhagen making it through a very difficult group with Bayern Munich, Manchester United, and I think it was Galatasaray, who were a very strong team. Of course, we already know that they won. What is it? 3-1 against United in the first round, and then I think they drew to United in the second round. But yeah, Galatasaray were a very strong team as well. So for sure, the group that Copenhagen were in wasn't a very easy group for them, of course, with the likes of United, Bayern Munich, United also signing a new keeper who went to the UCL final as well, Onana, and then also signing a new young prospect striker for 70 million, Rasmus Højlund. So there was a lot of pressure and expectations from United and Bayern both to make it out, and of course the group didn't make those expectations, and somehow Copenhagen made it through, and also against a very strong Galatasaray side, one of the best teams in Turkey as well, and yet somehow Copenhagen was still managing to make it through into the round of 16. Now unfortunately for them, they did manage to draw against the hardest, probably the strongest team in this round of 16, Man City, who this season, man, are not really in the best of forms, I would say. It's definitely not what we've seen in past seasons from Man City at the halfway line, because I feel like this season, man, is it's just a different season. It's very similar to last season, where there's a lot of injuries going on this season. So Man City just at the same time, I feel like I haven't really watched Man City as much as I did last season. But for the most part, when I do watch City, it's looking that there's definitely there's definitely more challenging games for them. I feel like Arsenal are stronger this season, much stronger than they were last season. Of course, last season they unexpectedly got into the Champions League and were title contenders. But this season, yes, they're third, but they're still way stronger than they were last season, with Declan Rice running that midfield alongside Odegaard and who else? Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus. So I feel like this Arsenal team, after last season, not only did their expectation rise and that they restructured their team, with Declan Rice coming into the team and also a new keeper as well. But I do feel like that kind of gave them some more motivation. It gave them that energy, that hope, and that kind of the spiritual team. Like, you get what I mean? Like, it kind of made them stronger because of that high level performance they brought out of nowhere last season. So this season they're much stronger, and that's why, as I said, City this season they're still of course a top team, one of the strongest teams in Europe, but in the Premier League it's definitely looking a little bit more struggle for them. Arsenal, they're stronger than they were last season. Liverpool making they got Europa League last season, getting fifth place, and now all of a sudden they're first in the league. And yeah, surprising news, guys. Jurgen Klopp will be retiring. Not retiring. I think retiring actually, leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. So, and ever since that announcement, which was a few weeks ago, I feel like even Liverpool has started to show up a bit more, scoring goals and stuff. Darwin Nunez he's hit so many posts. I think this season, during our 2 months off, he made the record for most posts hit in a single Premier League game. So overall, a lot of the teams have gotten better. Of course, Tottenham Hotspurs have really started to show up. Yeah, as I said, Arsenal stronger than they were last season, and also Liverpool as well, with Darwin Nunez starting to really show some statistical performances as well. I don't like to judge players on their statistics like goals and assists, because, like, take an example, Ousmane Dembele. He's not always getting an assist. Maybe he's creating the goal, he passes it to someone else, and then that person passes it to another person and then scores. Dembele doesn't get that assist. He was the third player to get the assist. He was the assister of the assister. You get what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of players this season who don't really have high goal assist ratios or like statistical performances. However, on the pitch, their impact for the team have been much stronger than in last season, and that's why I'm saying that this season for Man City is a bit more of a struggle. Of course, Man City, one game in hand to go, and if they do win, they're gonna go top of the Premier League as well. But as I said, it's definitely gonna be a challenge for City this season for sure. But yeah, as I said, this season Man City not it's not the same team we've really seen in past seasons, because of the levels that other opponents in the Premier League have really upgraded. However, they're still a strong team, and unfortunately, I'm still gonna have to say that Copenhagen are gonna go out. I wonder, like, let's just take a look. How are Copenhagen? They're third, and yeah, I don't know. Let's see their run as well. Like, they lost here 5-4, like conceding 4 goals against this team as well. They lost here, drew. Yeah, this was the last Champions League, so yeah, it's definitely not looking good for them at all. Definitely not looking good. They barely played any games, bro. They played one on December 12th, and then they didn't play one for a whole month. Drew, and then they lost, and then they waited 2 weeks, and then they barely won 4-5. They lost. They got out of the cup, or it's a group stage, I guess, and then they won. But if they're like barely winning 4-5 after 1 month, drawing 2-2 to Rangers, losing 2-0 against Man City, it's done. So yeah, Man City versus Copenhagen. Man City going through. Let's just make a scoreline prediction. Of course, last season against RB Leipzig, Man City, who are, I'd say RB Leipzig are stronger than Copenhagen. They scored, I think, was it the 7-0 game? So against Copenhagen, I think we're gonna have some similar goals. I think we'll go 6-0 for Man City. That is my prediction there. Leipzig versus Real Madrid. RB Leipzig doing incredible in the Bundesliga. Of course, I think they're. Let's just take a look. Bundesliga table. What are they? They're 5th in the league, so not as good as in previous seasons. They've definitely not been in form. I think last season they were 4th or 3rd even. They got 3rd last season. The season before 4th, and then the season before that 2nd. So this season not living up to the standards in the past few seasons. Of course, losing some of their key players as well. But at the same time, they've signed a lot of up and coming players. Luis Openda from RC Lens, who had an incredible season in the league last season. A very unexpected, got 2nd place to get Champions League. Unfortunately, got knocked out to go to the Europa League, I believe. No, actually, I think they got third. I think they got, yeah. So that's the Europa League. Um, and then they also signed Xavi Simons from Paris Saint Germain, the best club in the world. Of course, you already know. I'm a PSG fan, but where were we? But yeah, so they do have a lot. They lose some of their stars like Josko Gvardiol to Man City, Shabozlai to Liverpool. But at the same time, signed some new up and coming young prospects like Luis Openda and Xavi Simon. So they're definitely still a team that's kind of building up their their level. Of course, selling players here and there, and also signing players to keep the team at a decent performance. But you also have to take a look at Real Madrid, who are top of the league as well, just beat Girona to give them a 5 point lead in the La Liga. Um, but at the same time, Real Madrid do have quite a lot of injuries. Of course, Thibaut Courtois out of the for the whole season. I think Alaba is out for like a good month or two. Arda Güler, of course, he's always out. I believe Jude Bellingham is out for the next 3 months, not 3 months, 3 weeks. So he's going to be missing the first leg of the Champions League against RB Leipzig. Um, Eder Militao is out with the ACL injury. Of course, we saw that earlier in the season. I think Rudiger is okay. I'm not 100% sure. I think he's actually no. I think he's out. I'm pretty sure he's out. Um, so they have quite a lot of players out, man. Quite a lot of players out, and I mean against Girona as well. They had to run Chouameni and Danny Carvajal at centre back. They had to put two players who do not play a primary centre back at centre back. So it's gonna be tough. They're probably still gonna win because at the end of the day, it's Real Madrid. They have the players like Vinicius Junior still, Joselu, who's honestly doing very very good. I think he's 14 goals, 3 assists or something, 12 goals, 4 assists. I think I saw. So Joselu, he's definitely probably gonna start. Vinicius Junior on the left, Brahim Diaz on the right, and then in the midfield they'll probably run a Camavinga, Valverde, and Luka Modric type system, and then they'll probably go ahead and run Danny Carvajal and Aurelien Chouameni at centre back yet again, and then do Ferland Mendy left back and Lucas Vasquez right back, or put Ferland Mendy and Chouameni into the centre back, do Ferran Garcia at left back, and then Danny Carvajal right back. So going to be interesting to see what they do. Maybe in the attack they're gonna do Brahim Diaz, Valverde, and Camavinga in the midfield, and move Vasquez to the right wing, and then do Danny Carvajal as a right back as well. Nacho, I think Nacho's also out though, so a lot of their big players are out. However, there's still a lot. There's still Real Madrid. At the end of the day, they have big players still like Valverde, Camavinga, Luka Modric, Vinicius Junior, Joselu, Danny Carvajal, Aurelien Chouameni. So a lot of big players out the team like Jude Bellingham, Eder Militao, their main keeper, David Alaba, and Rudiger. But I think that's not enough to stop Real Madrid. At least not against Leipzig. Maybe if it was against Man City for sure, but not against Leipzig. So for me, I'm gonna go here. Are they playing home or away? They're playing away, so first leg away with all those injuries. I think they're still gonna win. I'm gonna go 4-2. 4-2. Real Madrid 4-2. Let's just go ahead and say round 1 here. So we know, like, oh, we're saying Man City win 6. Oh, Madrid win 4-2. Paris Saint Germain. We go to the best club in the world. And actually, let's just look at the list over here. Yeah, which is Paris Saint Germain versus Real Sociedad, guys. This is going to be one of the easiest games ever. It's going to be at the Parc des Princes, which actually, the Parc des Princes, whatever it's called. PSG are actually planning to leave the Parc des Princes. Yeah, it's actually because since the ownership of Paris Saint Germain, of the Qatari investment, since the ownership of them back in 2011, I believe, or 2012, TSG have been renting out. Actually, since 1974, I think PSG have been renting out the Parc des Princes. So whatever it's called, the park. I'm just gonna call it the park. PSG have been renting out the stadium and they did not have full ownership. And now, with PSG wanting to upgrade the stadium, of course, to have a bigger capacity, bigger stadium capacity, and kind of make it a bit more modernize the stadium, it's unfortunately not possible because of the city owning the stadium. They don't allow them to upgrade the stadium. So the owner, Nasser Al Khelaifi, whatever his name is announced that they want to leave the stadium, find a new stadium, build their own stadium, so they can move there. So at the end of the day, wherever PSG plays, whether it's when it's at home, not whether it's at home, when it's at home, because when we play away from home, bro, I mean, I don't know what we're doing. Sometimes we just waffle, but whenever we are at home, wherever it is in Paris, where we have the home advantage and the fans, man, we are on a different level of. I don't know, man. PSG are just different at home, man. Like, we are literally the best team in the world at home. So yeah, of course, tomorrow we're playing at home as well, and yeah, we're doing very, very good. Of course, no injuries. Mbappe should be available. Ousmane Dembele is back from injuries. Hakimi lost the AFCON early on in the round of 16, so he's back for sure. I think even if they didn't lose, he would have been back anyways. And then who else? Who else do we have? Nuno Mendes is actually back as well, just on time. Alongside Barcola, he's going to be playing on the left there. Mbappe up top. Kolomwani. We might be running a 4-4-2 system, or no, probably a 4-3-3. Barcola left wing, or maybe Mbappe left wing with Nuno Mendes left back. Kolomwani striker. Dembele right wing. Hakimi right back. In the midfield, probably Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and Ugarte, and then into the back line, probably Lucas Hernandes, and Marquinhos with Donnarumma in net. Is probably what we're going to line up. So we have a full strong team, playing against a very, very team not in form at all. In their last 4 games, they've not managed to score a single goal at home. They lost 1-0. And then here 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 loss, 1-0 win. So they're barely scoring any goals. Real Sociedad, not the best. So yeah, in the past 4 games, they've managed to not score a single goal. So PSG are going to easily win this one. As I said, at home we are different. So for me, PSG are going to... I'm going to go ahead and say 4-0. Maximum we concede 1 goal, so 4-1 maybe. But I'm gonna say 4-0 for Paris Saint-Germain. Next up, we got... Who do we have? Next up, we have Lazio versus Bayern Munich. I'm not sure how Lazio are doing. I did not watch the Serie A one bit. Let's just take a look. 8th place. As I said, yeah, I do not know how they're doing at all, but they're probably going to lose to Bayern Munich. Of course, Bayern Munich this season, 2nd lead. They just lost to Leverkusen, who are killing it, undefeated this season in all competitions. 17 wins, 4 draws in the Bundesliga, and then they win 6-0 in the group stages in the Europa League. So, my goodness, Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso are cooking. They just gained a 5-point lead after beating Bayern Munich at home 3-0. So it's an incredible season for Leverkusen. But at the end of the day, that does not put any disrespect to Bayern. They're still one of the strongest teams in Europe, alongside with Harry Kane in there, Alphonso Davies, De Ligt, where there's a bit of controversy, but he might leave the club. But Kim Min-jae in there, whoever else they have, Serge Gnabry, Leroy Sané. I think he's having one of his best seasons for sure. Eric Dyer, Manuel Neuer is back. Kimmich having an incredible season. They just signed Sacha Boey, a very good young French right back. And according to the media, I've seen some very good highlights on him, or very good positive notes about him for his first few games at Bayern. So they still have a very strong team. And as I said, Lazio, not on paper, not looking the best on the table. So for me, are they playing at home? They're playing away, so they're playing in Lazio's home. I'm still gonna go for Bayern to win. I'm gonna go 4-1, maybe 4-2. No, I'm gonna go 4-1, 4-1, maybe 3-1. Nah, 4-1. We'll just say 4-1. PSV versus Dortmund. Dortmund, man, this season, Dortmund, of course, a lot of people in the very start, they were in the group of death with Paris Saint-Germain, AC Milan, Dortmund, and Newcastle, and a lot of people really predicted Dortmund to get third, maybe even fourth in the table, and somehow they've come out and got first place in the group of death. So incredible for them, man. Dortmund were a very very strong team in the group stages, man. Mark Hobel, Matt Hummels, Nicolas Schule, what's his name? Sebastian Haller, who just won the AFCON, man. In 2020, he had cancer. He came out of cancer, and now he won the AFCON. So incredible for him with Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. But where were we? Yeah. This season, man. Dortmund are doing very very good for sure. As I said, Mark Hope, one of the best, I'd say top 3 keepers this season for sure, man. In the group stage, he was a nightmare. Who else do they have? What's his name? They have that right winger, bro. They have like a very fast Adeyemi. He's a beast, man. Fulkrig, I believe they have as well, who's also having an incredible season with Borussia Dortmund. So yeah, man, Borussia Dortmund are different. On the other hand, PSV, I don't know exactly how they're doing. PSV, they're first. They are first, undefeated as well. They're definitely not undefeated in the UCL group stage, but in the league they're undefeated. I'm still gonna go Dortmund to win, but at the same time, it is gonna be at PSV's home. I'm gonna go 3-2 here, maybe 4-2. I'm gonna go 4-2. Dortmund win 4-2. I think that's possible. No, let's go 3-2. Yeah, 3-2 seems fair. I think 3-2 is good. Both two strong teams. Inter versus Atletico de Madrid. Now this is the match of the rats, man. The match of the rats. We have UCL finalists from last season. Both teams very defensive. A 3/5 back, because you could say a 3 back is a 5 back for Inter Milan against Atletico de Madrid's ratty 5 back. Now, Atletico de Madrid are killing it this season. Morata, who unfortunately just got injured. But at the same time, you have Antoine Griezmann, Llorente, Koke, Jan Oblak. So there's definitely two very strong teams here. I think Inter are the stronger team though. Inter, man, they were doing really good in the Serie A. I think, are they first? Yeah, they are first. I think there was a Inter versus Juve game last weekend as well, where they wanted to give that extended point difference, and they also have a game in hand. So if they win that game, they're gonna have a 10-point difference in the title. So very very good for Inter, man. I've seen a few of their highlights, and they're doing really good, man. Marcus Thuram, Barella, Di Marco. Who else do they have? Jan Sommer, who's doing really really good for them. We take a look. Who else do they have? Benjamin Pavard, Çalhanoğlu, Tajon Buchanan, of course, Canadian beast. Juan Cuadrado, Mkhitaryan, Bastoni. Yeah, we mentioned Di Marco, Denzel Dumfries, so Acerbi, or Acerbi, whatever you want to say. De Vries, so they have a lot of strong. Lautaro Martinez, Alexis Sanchez. Very very strong team here. Very strong team. From last season, you can definitely tell there's a big upgrade. Marcus Thuram, Di Marco showing up, Jan Sommer, great team for Inter Milan. And they're playing against Atletico de Madrid, who in the past few weeks, I'd say, have not been as good as before the winter. If you take a look at Atletico de Madrid, yeah, they lost 1-0 to Sevilla, or lost 1-0 to Athletic Club, drew 1-1 to Real Madrid, 2-1 win here, 2-0, 1-0, 1-0, 4-2, 5-3 loss. So yeah, I'd say before, like if we take a look here, win, draw. I'd say before, and like before the winter, they were doing really good. And then I'd say in the past 5 games, it's a bit iffy. And with the way Inter have been doing recently, first in the Serie A, beat Juve last week. Um, they're looking like a much stronger team than they were last season. If this was Inter's team they had this season, they would have had a better chance of winning the UCL. But yeah, I think now when we look at it now, back in December when they first made the draw, apparently we guessed it was a 50-50, but now, as I said, with his transfers and injuries and stuff, it's more like a 65 to 35 for me. For me, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win for Inter Milan. It's gonna be very either 2-1 win or like a draw, like a draw or something. I'm gonna go 2-1 win for Inter Milan. Though it's gonna be a very very ratty game, very defensive game. So I don't expect too many goals. Porto versus Arsenal. As I said, Arsenal. We talked about them earlier when we were talking about Man City. Arsenal are actually different this season. Saliba. They have a new keeper. Zinchenko, he's doing brilliant at left back. As I said, Declan Rice and Odegaard running that midfield. Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, brilliant team. The way that they hold possession of the ball, put the pressure onto the opponents, I just think is incredible. Porto, on the other hand, if we take a look, Porto. Damn, they just lost 3-2 as well. Yeah, they're third in the Liga Portugal. They're definitely doing good still. I'm not saying they're bad, but I think Arsenal are still gonna win this. I'm gonna go 4-1 win. I think Porto will score one, hopefully. But yeah, Arsenal, man, this season I said much better than they were last season. They just came out of a 6-0 win against West Ham away as well. So incredible for them. I'm gonna go 4-1 here. I think Taremi or Gelano or Pepe, one of those three are gonna score a goal. So that is my prediction. Here, we'll even put it here. Taremi. That's my prediction. One of those three will score a goal for Porto. Lastly, Barcelona versus Napoli. So Barcelona this season, man, not the best. Of course, there's a 10-point difference between Barcelona and Real Madrid, who are top of the table. Yeah, and Barcelona as well, man. We take a look at Barcelona. The thing about Barcelona, especially in the second half of the season, Ter Stegen is back now after 17 games. During the 17 games that Ter Stegen was gone, they conceded 32 goals. That just shows you how important Ter Stegen is for Barcelona. And as I said, the problem with Barcelona is they conceding way too many goals. 3-3 against Granada, 1-3 against Alaves, whatever their team is. 1-0 against Osasuna. They had a 2-0 lead up against Villarreal. No, I think they were 2-0 down against Villarreal. Brought it back to tie 3-3 and then lose 5-3 in extra time. They lost I think they were 2 goals up or something against Athletic Club. I don't quite remember that one, but anyways, 4-2 loss over there. 2-4, 3-1, 4-1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the last 8 games, they conceded 17 goals, bro. Holy man, that is deadly. 17 goals. Holy, they barely scored. They scored 3 more goals than they conceded goals. They conceded 17 in the last 8. They only scored 3 more goals than they conceded goals. So they only scored 20 goals, bro. Their goal to goal conceded ratio is very very bad. So yeah, against Napoli, I don't know how I feel. as I said, I don't watch Napoli either this season. How are Napoli doing? Osimhen just lost into the AFCON final. If you take a look at the standings here, not nah, bro. I know I was hating on Barca for not doing good for the past few games, but there's no ways Napoli is winning, bro. I'm gonna go 60-40 because it's still a brand. Barca, not the best, not the most informed team this season. Arsenal beat Barcelona, Inter beat Barcelona. I'd say Atletico beat Barcelona, Dortmund beat Barcelona, Bayern beat Barcelona, PSG beats Barcelona, Madrid beats Barcelona, City beat Barcelona. So almost every team who I said are gonna win beats Barcelona. So if Barcelona make it into the round of 8, they're going out, bro. Whoever they get, they're going out because any other team are beating Barcelona. So I think they're stronger than Napoli, but they're losing to any other team. So that is my prediction there. I don't quite know the scoreline. I'm gonna go like a 3-2 for Barca, 3-2 for Barcelona. And then over here we want to go Inter Milan win that. So yeah, those are my predictions there. This season, yeah, this Champions League, man, is either going to be really good with the teams going through. We could see, imagine these teams going through: City, PSG, Madrid. Imagine these are the teams that go through into the round of 8. Holy, bro, we're gonna have one of the craziest Champions League ever. We can have City versus PSG, PSG Madrid, Bayern. Like, bro, holy! Imagine the matchups we have. So yeah, these are my predictions. This is of course the first round of the Champions League, round of 16. There's still going to be a round 2, a second leg, of course, where the teams swap their away and home. But yeah, that is my predictions there. It's been 30 minutes. Yeah, I think that we're going to end the episode over there. A bit of a shorter episode today. Just giving our predictions on the Champions League tomorrow and next week. Let's just go ahead scroll through a bit on Fabrizio Romano's Twitter. Unfortunately, this winter we didn't really have any big signings. I'd say the biggest signing was probably who would it be? Timo Werner to Tottenham Hotspurs was probably the biggest signing, but other than that, not many signings over here. Let's just take a scroll through over here and see what's going on. Zielinski to Inter Milan. Here we go. Okay, Zielinski pretty good. Where's he at right now? Isn't he at Napoli? Yeah, he is at Napoli. I think he's a pretty solid midfielder for them as well. So Napoli are gonna have to sign a new midfielder. It's gonna be a struggle for them. They're not doing the best this season as well. So losing another important player, they might lose. I'd say since Zielinski is leaving, they're gonna have to sell Osimhen. PSG are going to be one of the favorites to sign Osimhen, with high expectations of Kylian Mbappe wanting to go to Real Madrid. So if Mbappe to Madrid, which is looking more likely that Mbappe staying at Paris Saint-Germain, probably like a 65 to 35%, I'd say, of Mbappe going to Madrid. If that happens, then PSG are going to be the biggest team and probably the highest favorite team for them to sign Osimhen, because they want to get a new striker who can score goals for them. And if Napoli are losing players like Zielinski, and also they also lost Kim Min-jae, one of their best defenders. Of course, look at them now; they're not in the table in the Serie A. So they're probably gonna have to sell Osimhen, make that probably 150 mil plus, so they can reinforce the team in the midfield, in the defense, and in the attack as well. So if I'm Napoli, sell Osimhen, maybe even sell Kvaratskhelia as well, and then restructure the team, bring some development and also some support into the team, some experience to restructure the team, because yeah, they're losing a lot of their big players. You keep on going down. Alongside that, alongside Zielinski joining Inter Milan, Mehdi Taremi, the Persian R9, as I love to say, who's also going to one of R9's former clubs as well, will be joining Inter Milan as well. So yeah, Mehdi Taremi, of course, the Persian GOAT, the Persian R9, will be joining Inter Milan. I think this is great as well. I think Alexis Sanchez is on loan to Inter Milan. Of course, Inter Milan just signed Marcus Thuram as well, French striker from Gladbach last season, who's having a great time at Inter, I'd say. Um, and most likely, I could say that if Mbappe leaves, PSG are gonna go for three options. I think the three best options for PSG: Lautaro Martinez, Osimhen, and Rafael Leao. So if those three leave, I think they've already secured them a new backup striker, which is going to be Mehdi Taremi. As I said, Alexis Sanchez on his way out as well, I think, next season, because I think he's on a one-season loan, I believe. Not 100% sure. Um, but, um, oops. But yeah, they already secured a backup striker because for sure I think they're going to lose a striker next season, which is either Alexis Sanchez or Lautaro Martinez. I think they want to cash in on Martinez before he starts to depreciate in price. So that is my prediction there. Great signing though. We keep on going. Let's see what else for transfer news. As we said, we already mentioned Jurgen Klopp leaving at the end of the season. Alongside that is also Xavi, who's announced that he's going to leave at the end of the season as well because he's not doing good at Barcelona. He also said that if they do not beat Napoli to go into the next round, he's going to leave immediately and not wait until the end of the season. I think as a PSG fan, just like not as a Barca fan or anything, even as just a football fan looking at a football perspective, yes, Barcelona are not doing the best, but I think Xavi leaving is not good. I think, of course, he's a club legend, and a lot of the players at the club look up to Xavi, and can trust, maybe not trust him in performance wise, because as we can see clearly they're not doing well, conceding a lot of goals. But I think because he knows the club, he knows how he can reinforce the club. He's gonna be. I think he can still succeed next season. I think this is just an off season for them. Of course, they had a lot of big injuries as well. Ter Statue, who was out for 17 games, and in those 17 games conceded 32 goals. So that just shows how good Ter Statue is. Who else was out? Araujo, Koundé, João Cancelo, João Felix is out, who are a lot of the club's Barcelona's main players. So I don't think you can really blame it on Xavi. I think give him another season for sure. He came in first season and won the La Liga last season. So and then all of a sudden he has a bad season. He wants to get out, and Barca fans are saying, "Oh, get out! You're doing bad." He literally won you guys a La Liga last season. So for me, I'd say it's for the best that Xavi stays at the club because, as I said, he's a legend of the club and he knows how to run the club because he's of course been at the club. He's the players look up to him: Lamine Yamal, Gavi, Pedri, De Jong. So that's just my opinion right there. I think for sure they're gonna need reinforcements. So selling players, maybe sell Frankie De Jong. It might be time for him to leave. Maybe sell Araujo, but I'd keep Jules Koundé. No, actually, I'd sell Koundé over Araujo because the passion that Araujo has, a leader in the back line, he's just more better than Koundé. So maybe sell Koundé for 50 mil, maybe plus. Sign Denzel Dumfries for like 20 mil. That's a very solid option there for sure. Sell Frankie De Jong and I don't know, maybe sign someone cheaper. I'm trying to think. I don't know how much Barella could go for 60 mil, but I'd say Barella is definitely cheaper than De Jong for sure. Maybe double in price cheaper. So go ahead, sign Barella would be good. That's just my opinion there. Sell some of the big players for the money and sign some good but yet cheaper players for sure. But as I said, I think if Xavi wants to leave, he's gonna leave for sure. But if he stays, I don't think there's anything bad about that. I don't think there's anything bad about him leaving. Neither is there anything bad about him staying. But yeah, with both Xavi going to leave the club, or not Xavi, Xavi going to leave the club, and also what's his name? We just said his name. Jurgen Klopp leaving Liverpool. Also rumors of since Tuchel, of course, Thomas Tuchel at Bayern Munich is not doing that well. There is rumors or some tension, like slight tension on the media that he could leave as well. Jose Mourinho just got sacked as well a few weeks ago by AS Roma. So there's a lot of free managers and a lot of managers leaving. There could be a lot of managerial moves this summer rather than player moves. So Liverpool, of course, wanting to sign Xabi Alonso, who's undefeated this season, 31 games, 27 wins in all competitions. And of course, Liverpool, he used a former Liverpool player as well. So that's a very, very likely move to happen there. Maybe Jose Mourinho goes to Bayern. There is rumors of what's his name, Hansi Flick, going to who is the former Germany manager, going to Barcelona, of course. I don't know how that's gonna work because his system doesn't really play alongside Bayern's or Barcelona's system. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Definitely a lot of big managerial moves. Xabi Alonso, Jose Mourinho, Thomas Tuchel, Hansi Flick. So it's gonna be interesting for sure to see what happens there. But yeah, man. I think we're gonna end it there with the news. We talked about the Champions League as well. It's been 41 minutes as well. That should be good enough. Let's go ahead and do our footy tic-tac-toe like usual. No, box to box here. European, and then no limit as well. Italian. Okay, let's start off here. Italian, Liverpool. What the heck? I'm already done for. Liverpool, Bayern Munich. We can go ahead and say Xabi Alonso. He also won the World Cup. If you want to say McAllister as well, McAllister. Arsenal, Italian. We can go with Jorginho. Arsenal, Bayern. Arsenal, Bayern. Who could have played for Arsenal and Bayern? I'm trying to think maybe like a German Arsenal player. Like who's a German player also played for Arsenal? Serge Gnabry, man. Serge Gnabry. There we go. Look at that. The Rashford celebration. Arsenal World Cup. We can go with not Lisandro Martinez. What's his? Not Lautaro Martinez either. Emiliano Martinez. He used to play for Arsenal, now at Aston Villa. Managed by Van Gaal and Bayern. Ruud and Van Gaal, whatever. I'm trying to think. So there's there's the whole Dutch side. I'm just wondering, like, did he? Yeah, I think he managed. I'd say I think he managed De Ligt in the Dutch national team. And De Ligt, of course, being at Bayern Munich. He definitely managed, but he didn't win the World Cup. What am I saying? Van Dijk. De Jong. Yeah, no. Who won the World Cup? Messi. No, he didn't even manage Barcelona. What am I saying? I'm trying to think. Let's just give me a moment because I'm trying to see who did he manage so I can know like a club. That is my problem. So yeah, Bayern. He did manage Barcelona, Bayern, Ajax, Barcelona in 02 and 03, and also 97 and 2001. So 02, 03. Who could have been in the Barcelona team in 02, 03? Who could be in the Barcelona team 02, 03? Was Dino? I think Dino was still at Paris Saint-Germain until 04 or 05. Because I know 01 he was at, I think 01 to 03 he was at Paris Saint-Germain, Ronaldinho. I think, did Laurent Blanc play for? Well, I don't even know if he won the World Cup, first of all, in '98. pretty sure he played for Barcelona though. He did play for Barcelona in the same season that Ruud van Gaal managed Barcelona as well. He also played for the United team. Let's try Blanken. No, he didn't then. I'm stuck on that. Van Gaal and Italian. I'm also stuck on that. And then Liverpool Italian. Balotelli. Managed by Van Gaal and Italian, and then managed by Van Gaal and World Cup. United. If we go to the United team, who's in a United team that won the World Cup? Paul Pogba. No ways. He didn't manage Pogba, man. Managerial career. Man United. 2014. Yeah, Pogba definitely wasn't in there. I think they signed him in 2017 or 18. De Gea, but I don't think he won the World Cup with Spain in 2010. Laurent Blanc was definitely not in there. Let's try to think one more time. United. It definitely has to be in that United team. There's definitely no one else I can think of. Schweinsteiger, bro. Because he won the World Cup in 2014. Did he retire that same season? Or I think he retired in 2016. So Schweinsteiger, because he probably was with United, won the World Cup in 2014, of course. I think he retired in 2016 or 2017. Maybe even earlier. What am I saying? Let's just check. Oh, 2019. Yeah, so 2017 he left United. Of course, he was managed by Van Gaal during his whole stint at United as well. And then, yeah, he went to the Chicago Fire into the MLS. And then Italian. Who could be Italian? Who was anyone in United during 2014 to 2017? Were they Italian? I don't know. Let's just search up Italian players for United. Darmian, bro. Matteo Darmian. He's at Inter Milan now, no? Yeah, see, he's at Inter. Yeah, it's probably Darmian, man. Let's go ahead and check. Darmian. Yeah, it was Darmian. But yeah, we got basically the whole board except for Darmian. And we kind of had to look up for Schweinsteiger as well. But other than that, not bad. We definitely had worse episodes where we don't do as good. Football bingo. What is bingo now? Oh, this one. Okay, let's try this as well. Harry Kane, World Cup. Would he? Yeah, I think in 2018 he actually got World Cup top goal scorer. Eze. I think he plays in the. No, he plays for. Does he play for Leicester? No. Jackson is Senegalese. Pulisic, USA. Aguerd is. He plays for West Ham, I believe, and he's also Moroccan. So I don't know where he was before. Other than that, so I'm gonna skip that. Rodrigo De Paul. Atletico de Madrid. I don't know who the hell this guy is. Riyad Mahrez, Leicester. Higuain, Juventus. Victor Roque. I don't know. I was just gonna guess Flamengo. Romeo Lavea. Brazilian? No. Goncalo Ramos. Yeah, definitely doesn't fit anything here. Edgar Davids. Bro, like, I don't think he fits. Bro, I should have said Italian top division winner, bro. Kramacic. I don't know. Let's just do a wild card. I don't know what that does. Obi, he sounds Nigerian. Casemiro, Brazilian. Osimhen, one with Napoli. Diego Jota doesn't fit for anything here. Zapata, I don't know. Was he an Italian goal scorer? No. Salah, Mohamed Salah doesn't fit in anything. Marco Verratti does not fit in anything either. Federico, I don't know. Did he? No. David Luiz literally does not fit for Flamengo, bro. He literally plays for Flamengo right now, I believe. Mauro Icardi, I don't know. Yeah, he probably got one. Isco Disco, that does not fit for anything. Marquisio, not Marquisio, Mascherano. He played for Liverpool, I believe, not Man City. David Silva, unlucky there. And then let's just try one more. Let's see missing 11. Let's see who it is for today. Juventus against Udinese in 2020, bro. Holy, no way I'm getting this. Ronaldo, I don't know. Was he still at the club there? Definitely Dybala does not fit in there. Higuain. I don't know, I'm wondering if Chiesa fits there, but he doesn't. Chiesa, he doesn't play there either. Dybala then on the right. Who could be on the left here? Something with 5 letters. We'll come back. Who's in the keeper here? Szczesny? No. Buffon. They still had Buffon in 2020. And then who else did they have? Who could this be? Like a De Vries. I think they had. I don't know who that could be. Delict, bro. What am I saying? Who is this guy here? Who is the other 2 players? They had. He just went to Union Berlin as well, man. Bonucci and Chiellini. That does definitely not fit here. Who could be the left back? I don't know, bro, because who the fuck watches Juve? Yeah, no ways we're getting this. Anyways, that's gonna end off the episode. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell. Next video will probably be on the next video. Let's see, is there any games this weekend? Because we have the Champions League. Yeah, see 2 there and then 2 more. And then we have Europa League. And then we go back to league games. Where there's no Chelsea versus City. No big game. So next episode, I think we'll do it next Saturday, because next week I'm off the whole week. And then I want to wait for both legs to end. Maybe we'll do one on Friday. I'll see. Maybe Friday. Maybe Friday. But yeah, next week, this Friday, I'm going back to like on a ferry. It's gonna look like a trip back home. Because I live on an island for my university. So maybe we'll do one on Friday before I go back, and then we'll go back next Saturday. So maybe Friday. If not, we'll do one next Saturday after all the games for the Champions League round of 16 first leg have ended. Then we'll come back and talk about how it went. But yeah, that's been today's episode. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell. Stay positive, stay flow, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you later. Au revoir.